Hello, everybody. This is Revelation. Today is December 29th, 2019, Sunday. No, I haven't been putting nothing on my channel lately. Been busy taking care of the family, being a modern day slave, working hard. It's kind of hard to do research and take care of a family, pay child support, do all that other stuff, but, got to take care of the family and the kids. Um, Today, this revelation, and I'm here to talk about some new research that I found out. I'm gonna be showing pictures, and I'm gonna be talking about certain things. I got a lot of information, so this is gonna probably be part one. What I'm gonna be talking about. It's gonna be part one. I got a lot of information, and I don't want to confuse y'all. You know, y'all some people respond like, got to get information where you get your information from. Um, you should look at the Emerald tablets, the Book of Enoch, the Dead Sea Scrolls. I'll be looking at the Bible too, looking at the Sumerian. Wait, yeah, look at the Sumerian text, the Holy Quran. I mean, when you look at all that stuff, all of them talking about the same people but using different names. So, I mean, you don't have to believe what I'm saying, but please do your own research and look into it yourself. Don't go by what your grandparents taught your mama and daddy and your mama and daddy taught you, and you're reading a good book and you're going to go to heaven. I mean, you got to realize them are stories within stories. They may be talking about this story, but they're also talking about another story. You got to be able to know what's going on and what you read. Um, I'm gonna start off about chapter one. We're gonna talk about history, and history mean his side of the story, mean his story. So we're gonna talk about history. Um, if you don't know your history, you don't know anything. You're like a leaf that doesn't know it's part of a tree. So you should learn your history. That's your side of the story. All right. You got to realize, I'm talking to African Americans right now, okay? You got to realize your history. When you lost the war, they burned your religion, they made you forget your language, and they made you learn their religion. So it's a lot that I'm about to say tonight that a lot of people ain't gonna like. They're gonna think I'm crazy. You don't know what he's talking about. Something wrong with him. The boy need to get some help. But I'm doing research and I got some pictures to back up what I'm saying. All right. I'm gonna start it off. The war in heaven. It's in your Bible. The war in heaven was about a civil war between good and evil. The angels had a civil war in the heavens. The heavens is out of space. Okay. That's in your Bible about the war that they had in heaven. And Lucifer took a third of the army out of heaven and came down to the earth. All right. It said a war broke out. The research I have, because I said I was going to get back to y'all, and I'm going to show the evidence. So, war broke out on Mars probably about a million years ago. Probably about a million years ago. Yeah, I'm going way back. They're talking about the dinosaurs been around for 500 to 100 million years. I'm going way back. Yeah, war broke out on Mars, and they had a civil war. They talk about in the Bible when they had a civil war with the angels. You call them angels, I call them the Anunnaki. Okay? Anunnaki mean those who came from the heavens down to the earth. They had a war. They had nuclear bombs and they destroyed that planet. And you can look at it. I'm going to show you pictures that I have evidence that they used nuclear bombs on that planet of Mars and destroyed it. They called the truth, okay? Because they almost wiped each other out. The angels, they almost wiped each other out. But like I said, I call them Anunnaki, which were aliens. They called a truce, a peace treaty. And when you have two large armies fighting for a long time, and they know either side ain't gonna win, they come to a truce before they wipe each other out and there don't be nobody. One side had a princess, and the other side had a prince. So during war, you would marry your prince or princess to form an alliance and have peace to try to create some type of bond. Anu, in the Bible, you call him God, but he was a prince at the time of the peace treaty, and he married a princess from the Snake tribe, who was like a, I'm gonna show you the pictures of it, like a black alien, and that's what caused the ceasefire, so it can be peace on Mars. They had a son, and his name was Enki. His name was Enki. That's in the Sumerian text. But in the Bible, y'all call him the devil. That's what y'all call him in the Bible, the devil. Then Anu, he also had a baby because, they wanted to keep the bloodline pure, and he married one of his cousins. And he had a son with his cousin, and they named that son Elul. That's what they call him in the Sumerian text, 6 to 36,000 years ago. But in the Bible, y'all call him the Archangel Michael. Okay? And as I was doing my research, but Enki could not have another wife who was, Enki had another wife who was his cousin. She had a son. His name was Elul, who y'all call Archangel Michael. So Elul and Enki are half brothers. They had the same father but different mothers. Okay. Yeah. It said Enki and Elul was half brothers. Same father, different mother. Enki was a prince of the Snake tribe. Okay? Remember, Enki, he was a prince who was about to become king of the Snake tribe. Okay? And Elul was a prince of the Eagle tribe. Enki was next in line to be king because he was the oldest. Okay? Enki. But King Anu knew he could not let Enki become king because he was not pure blood. He was not pure blood. Okay? Listen to this. This is where the hate and racism come in. This has been going on for millions of years of discrimination, hate, and all that. All right. And his people would not go for that. Enki had black in him. Elul had pure white in his blood. So when Enki got skipped over for kingship, that's what started the second civil war in the heavens. So now I'm trying to tell y'all they missing parts in the Bible. These weren't gods, these were aliens. And he got skipped over for kingship, who you call Lucifer. And that's what started the second civil war. Okay? I'm going to show you some pictures in a minute. But before that happened, Enki, before the second civil war happened, Enki was ordered by his father Anu to go to Earth and find gold so they can try to save Mars' atmosphere. He went with 500 other Anunnaki and a few Anunnaki women, about 20. So I'm going to tell you what happened. I'm about to show you some pictures. It probably ain't that clear. I'm going to have to point it out. This is Mars, people. Look right there. That's a person. This is an aftermath of a nuclear war. That's a person who got turned to ashes. Some go touch it, it's going to fall all apart. So this is an aftermath of the first civil war with the Anunnaki, who you call the angels. You see, in the Bible, they're telling the truth. It was a war, but they ain't telling the whole truth, and I'm breaking it down for you. Okay? I'm going to show you another picture. This is Mars. You see that pyramid? You see that pyramid? Okay. That's Mars. Wow, that pyramid looked like the pyramid on Earth. That's why you need to do your homework. I'm about to show you another pyramid on Mars. Voila. Look. The rover took the picture of this pyramid on Mars. What's going on? That ain't supposed to be there. Because they had a civil war and destroyed the planet. Okay? They destroyed the planet, but the pyramid stayed around on Mars. Let me show you some more pictures. Okay? Whoa. What that look like? That looked like a face. That's on Mars. Yeah. I'm showing you my evidence that they had a civil war on Mars and nuked the place. Here go another one. They call it Cydonia. This picture was taken in 1976. Okay? Hold up. This picture was taken in 1976. Then NASA tried to cover it up. Don't you see the pyramids? These are all pyramids. And then the face on Mars. There was a civilization there who you call the angels and I call it Anunnaki. This is where they came from. Okay? Let me show you another picture. Show you some more. Here go another picture. That's the same one. The ruins. Martin City. Face on Mars. There go the pyramids. There go the face on Mars. There was a civilization there. And they covered it up, but that's really a face of a snake. Okay? That's a face of a snake. They were worshiping their snake, but it was also their coat of arms and their flag on that side of Mars. Okay? Look. Here go another picture. That's a picture on Mars. I don't know if that's a statue or a body, but it's on Mars. Let me show you some more evidence for you skeptics. Here go another picture on Mars. That look like, well, he got hit by a nuclear bomb and it's a statue of ashes. Whoa, look at all that. Whoa. On Mars. The war in the heavens. Let me show you some more pictures. Okay. I don't know if you can see it too well, but this is on Mars too. That's a body. All right. More ruins. Look like another body in some mud on Mars. Do your homework. Okay. I'm gonna show you this one. Right here. This was a lake. That was a lake or ocean or something. There go the rover, Spirit, or Opportunity, one of them. And look at that pyramid back there. They got a pyramid way back there. And some water. Yeah, people. It was life on Mars before. That's where your ancestors came from, but I'm about to break it down for you. Whoa, what's that? That was on Mars. What is that? I don't know if that's the GG or some type of modification of another alien race, but that's a soldier. That's a soldier. Picture on Mars. A picture on Mars. Yeah, take a look at it. Why in Samaria, one of the over civilizations in our world that we know about, they had made a they're telling the story. Look at this. They made this 6,000 to 36,000 years ago over a nuclear bomb. And look at this from the bomb, the explosion, the mushroom cloud of devastation. Look at that. They had this mirror made over 6,000 years ago. Over 6,000 years ago. May even be older than that. This is why you got to do your homework. Okay? So, when the Anunnaki, who y'all call the angels in your Bible, had their war, they came down to Earth to try to look for gold, mine for gold and stuff. It was too hard. People were like, hey, I can't do this because they couldn't hardly breathe the air. They were getting sick with the new diseases. Earth was hard to live on because it didn't have a moon in. It was unstable. Yeah, you need the moon to stabilize what the climate we have today. It didn't have a moon. So it was unstable. It was harsh, planet Earth. It had animals already there. That's why I say the angels aren't our gods. Okay? All they did was modify us. Now I'm about to pull out the evidence for that. Alright? We're gonna start right like this. What is that? What do you see when you look at this picture? Alright, you're gonna say, you see snakes. Alright, I'm about to explain to you. Okay? What everything is. This big circle right there, that's the sun. All the aliens worship the sun because they know what the sun is. It's a god. Without the sun, there wouldn't be no life on Earth. The sun controls the seasons, the weather, grow the food, help with the oxygen, with the trees. The sun do so much, and y'all love to something else. When you say Amen, you saying Amen Ra. Ra means sun in Egypt. Okay, the wings, that mean this is a ship right here, and that mean this can fly. The pine cone, that's like Noah's Ark, but they called it something else. That's like an ark, that pine cone with different types of DNA in it, that's coming from Mars to Earth. The snake, y'all should all know what the snake means. Y'all saying, oh, it's evil. No, they use the snake symbol for DNA. Okay, that's going around the tree. When you ever look at the DNA symbol, you see the snakes. All this is DNA, ship, showing it's flying, art, the sun. So I'll explain that to you. Let's go to the next one. This is old too. Snake is the symbol for DNA. The pine cone is the symbol for DNA. It's like a ship coming from another planet with DNA. Okay. I'll show you another piece of paper. Here go other symbols for DNA. It says symbols of Enki. So they talking about DNA. Enki is the person in your Bible who you call the devil. Okay. His grandson was Tho. I'm gonna talk about that too. You gotta do your homework. Here go another picture of DNA. Okay, when you see the snakes. This is what your DNA look like. Okay. They can edit your DNA before you even born. They can modify it. They can do all type of stuff. Like they cut our second and third chromosome and fused it together to mess with our aging. Aging is a disease. Genetic editing. This is the future. You ain't gonna be using potions in the future, what you call medicine. This is the future where they're gonna be editing babies. They already did one in China where they took the DNA out that AIDS run on, so that baby can't never get AIDS. They took it out. Okay? So that's gonna be the future, editing. Here go another picture of editing, where they can take stuff out your DNA before you're born, where it won't affect you. They can edit you where you hella strong like Superman. They can edit you where you like a giant, where you hella tall. They can do all type of stuff. That's what science is coming to. They used to call it magic science back in the day. When you see something and you're primitive, oh, it's magic. Oh, you're a god. No, this was more advanced than we were by a few million years. Look, that's an embryo that's being edited. They can edit it all type of stuff. They can edit it cancer. They can edit all type of stuff. But no, they don't want people living for a long time. They want to give you that poison of potions, which you call medication, and want you to keep on going to see your witch doctor. They can edit it. Even as a grown person, they can still edit you with your spine and through your brain. You can still edit a lot of stuff and modify yourself. All right, I'm gonna show you a picture. This is the Anunnaki. They had the wings like angels to show that they can fly. This is his little bag so he can breathe. And that's a chimpanzee, you probably can't see it. And then that's a modification to a Homo erectus. When they came here, they was modifying animals. They probably been modifying animals for a long time, even from the dinosaurs, as I'm doing my research. This was probably a playground for Enki, where he modified creatures and did a lot of studying. They talking about we evolved. We never evolved. This is your original form, chimpanzee. Then they modified you to a certain hominid. Then you got modified again. And you know, this how people being racist. DNA white. Come on. Back then, it wasn't even no such thing as no other nationality but African, black, Homo sapiens. Okay? Your original form is a chimpanzee, but the different races of people came. It tells you in your Bible in Genesis chapter 6, verse 1 through 4, when the Nephilim came down from the heavens to earth to mate with man's daughter. When he was negotiating, because he didn't have no women, he wanted a woman, he wanted a family, he didn't want to be a watcher and die. He wanted a family. That's when he mated with a black woman. You need to remember that. That's why I say, black woman, you don't know how valuable you are. You was touched by you call them the gods, but you was touched by the Anunnaki. And they said it was 50 watchers. Could have been more. I think it was 50. That's where the different nationalities come about. So after they came down, one of the watchers could have been a Asian watcher. One could have been an Indian watcher. One could have been a Spanish watcher. Why you think in China their first emperor was black? Why you think black people are the natives all over the world? They're the natives to that land because they were made first. I mean, they weren't made first. That's a different story. They were modified first. Let me rephrase that. They were modified first. And then when the watchers came down to mate with man's daughter, they left their markers. That's when the different nationalities came about. Okay? So now I'm about to show you your original form before it got interfered with the angels and the Anunnaki. The same thing. Angels and the Anunnaki are the same thing. This is your original form, monkey. That's your original form. Show you some other one. This your original form. Their DNA matches us 98.7%. They can give you a blood fusion and save your life. Okay? Alright? This your original form. Look at it. You see? This your original form. Chimpanzee. It's your original form. Yeah, I don't believe what he's talking about. Do your homework. Your original form. Okay? Let me show you. You ain't gonna want to hear this. This is your original form before it got modified by the angels, the Anunnaki. When God said, I'm gonna make him in my image. Now, you say, well, how do you come to that conclusion, Revelation? In the Sumerian text, he said he used 10 women. Here go a chart of the blood types. This is 8 different blood types that the Anunnaki, well, let me say Enki, who y'all call a devil, when he came to Earth, when he was ordered to come to Earth, so they can say they planet, Mars, and he modified, he got the 8 different Anunnaki women, okay? 8 different ones. That's the different blood types again. 8 different ones, but he used 10 women. Here go the other 2 that they don't never talk about. Negative RH, positive RH. He used 10 females to modify us Homo sapiens. He used 10 of them. He used 8 Anunnaki women and 2 female chimpanzees. Here go my proof. It's 10 different blood types. If you had negative RH or positive RH, they'll pay you money. Spain, they got negative and positive RH, half of their population. You know why? Because they got conquered by an African country. You can do your homework. But they say that negative RH and the positive RH come from Atlantis. Most of their people was negative RH and positive, and they were advanced. But they got destroyed by brimstone, by an alien ship tagging a meteorite and destroying it. I know the location of Atlantis is underwater. It's on the east coast of Africa. It still got remnants of Atlantis. It's not a fairy tale. It's really happened. I'm gonna show you a picture of the Garden of Eden. Okay? And in Egypt, they had the library with it. It'll tell you all this before the Romans burned down the library and burned the text because they wanted people to forget their history. All right? This is the Garden of Eden. This picture's over 36 to 100,000 years old, but Anunnaki copied it and put it on the wall, but it was in the archives of the library. You can see this is an Anunnaki. 8 to 12 feet tall. Let me put it up close. Them are Anunnaki women from Mars, from the snake tribe. Okay? They're from the snake tribe. In the Garden of Eden, they talking about the devil was a serpent. He was a snake. He crawled around a tree. No. He was never a snake. That was his symbol in his coat of arms. Look closely. Now look at us in the Garden of Eden with the elongated head when we got modified. That's us as kids, the little ones that they holding. Well, they look grown but little. And look at the Anunnaki women. They hella big. Now look at us, how small we are. Just look. We on her shoulder. Look, we on her shoulder. Right here, we on the shoulder. Look at us. That's the Garden of Eden. They nursing us. They're teaching us stuff. And them Anunnaki women look black from Mars. And then here go the sun, who they giving thanks to as their God. All right, I'm about to show you some more pictures. Look at this. Look what's circled. The Anunnaki children. That's us, Adam and Eve. Look how big the Anunnaki lady is compared to a full-grown modern day human. She was hella big. Yeah, modifying us from chimpanzee to their liking to serve them in the Garden of Eden as their slaves. Look at the Anunnaki. Elongated head. That's how they look. Look at the bones that they found up in Egypt. Elongated head. Elongated head. This is why you got to do your homework. This is what they look like. With a human face like us. That's why we look like them. That's why we look like them. Okay. Now we're going to go to the next thing. I'll show you some more pictures of the serpent. It was a coat of arms. It was like they flag. That's Akhenaten and Nefertiti in Egypt. That's King Tut, mother and father. They had that snake. They had that elongated head to show queen and kingship. It was handed down from the gods. That's Nefertiti, King Tut mother. See that elongated head? Modification. This is Nefertiti again. It's a black woman. See, she got that snake. Yeah. That's her family seal, the snake. Okay? That's their flags and coats of arms. They're not demons. They're not devils. They're just representing their family with their coats of arms, with the snake. Black. They were black. Wow. Go Nefertiti again. This is on the History Channel, Ancient Aliens. Do your homework. All right, I like this picture because that's supposed to be a tall Anunnaki woman, and that's a regular woman who's a princess with a snake on top of her head that shows she's some type of royalty, and they got blood or offerings that they worshiping to the sun god. You see these flowers getting the sun rays so it can live. They're giving nothing but respect to the sun because they knew what the sun was. Okay? Show another picture up in Egypt of all them black people. Okay? Alright. Now I'm going to switch up the story a little bit because I'm going through history right now. All right, this one they had a fight in the heavens. All right, that's supposed to be the angels fighting. Okay, that's supposed to be the angels fighting. Because they'd have showed the blacks fighting against the whites, they would have like, oh, wait a minute, we got a problem. We can't brainwash them. All right. They showing the angels falling from heaven because God threw them out. No, they're trying to get away from them. Anu, who y'all call God in the Bible, okay, they was trying to get away from them because they was outnumbered. That's why they call them fallen angels. They was rebels. They was outnumbered, outgunned. They was in the ship. They weren't flying from outer space like that. They was in the ship trying to get away from them. You better look at the Dead Sea Scrolls or look at the scrolls on that or the Book of Enoch, and it'll tell you the whole story, what was really going on. Okay. Now, this is supposed to be Lucifer. I call him Enki. Enki is the one who modified us into where we is today. We was the last model that was made. You know. So that's him supposed to be falling from the heavens. Then they make these lying ass pictures to say this is what the devil looked like and fire. And it ain't even no such thing as hell in the Hebrew Bible. That's something that the Catholic Church made up. We got the devil, who they talking about, your father, who you don't want to believe. Got him looking all, well, the horns. When you have the horns, that's a sign of kingship or queenship of royalty. But he didn't look red. Same with Star Wars. They knew what was up. He had them horns on his head because that's a form of kingship. Okay? Here go another picture. They say that's the devil. The devil didn't look nothing like that. He called him the devil to be capping like how they call somebody nigga, you know. And then made an old funny looking scary face of him. Enki didn't look nothing like this. This is Akhenaten, King Tut father. Look, he had the symbol of the snake. Okay, he has some other things up in this picture too. I don't corroborate on right there right now because I got to be for sure. Here go another picture of Akhenaten with the snake. He representing his coastal arm. He representing his family. You know, they had different families. He representing who his ancestors is. Here go another picture of Akhenaten, King Tut father, who they poisoned and killed. He represented his family with the snake, but he worshipped the sun. Okay. When you look at this, you just see some people with some stuff on it here. I'm gonna tell you, when they have horns, that's a form of royalty. Okay, this is Horus with the face of an owl, the sun. That's Mother Earth. Okay, that's supposed to be Isis. This is a different planet. They're talking about star constellations. I've been talking about star constellations from the beginning. This is Ra, the sun god. This is a key. This is like a cross, but the cross is to keep time. That's time of the ages. Okay? It's 2,160 years in the age with the 12 zodiac signs. That's what the cross was. He was talking about time, the sun, the owl watching you, the power with the stick. Now, I'm going to show y'all a picture of Enki. I'm going to blow y'all mind, but I'm going to show y'all a few pictures of Enki. Who they call, say. This is what Enki look like. Yeah. Get a close up. Look, that's what Enki look like. Who they call the devil in the Bible. He was rightful to the throne. That's what he looked like. You see them, the machinery that look like wings where he can fly? That's Enki. Let me show you another picture of Enki. And I want you to pay close attention. Look at Enki. And look at them black subjects behind him following him. He was rightful to the throne in the heavens. And I knew who you call God skipped over him and had a pure white angel called Enlil, who was supposed to be the sky god, take over when he passed. This is what started the Civil War, racism. That's what destroyed Mars. Racism, discrimination. And all we're doing is continuing it on Earth. Take a good look. Didn't they say in the Bible, the devil, Lucifer, was a beautiful angel? He was beautiful. He was a musician. In the Bible, he could sing very well, but in the Sumerian text, he was a musician of magic science. He the one who made the pyramids. Yeah, Enki is the one who made the pyramids all over the world. He the one who modified us. And Anu called us his demons. His demons he made. He didn't, Anu and the Archangel Michael didn't like you so much. They knew a great flood was coming and they was trying to kill a lot of black folks off. Yeah. Take a good look at that. But yeah, people, this is why you got to know your history. I ain't going to show you all these pictures. There's a lot of pictures. I want to show you something else, though. You got to look at the stories when you're doing your homework. Okay? I'm going to put it up real close. All right. One is the Mary, the Virgin Mary for Jesus. I couldn't take a picture of all of them. This one right here. Okay? This one right here is the Mary Virgin Jesus. And this happened 2,000 years ago. And this is the statue of Isis holding predated the first period of Egypt. This one happened 36,000 years ago. This one happened 2,000 years ago. She was a virgin. She had a baby. His name was Yeshua. He did everything Jesus did. But in Christianity, they copied off this Egypt story. She had a son and the horns. That show royalty. Okay? So I just wanted to show you that. That's a picture of Anunnaki. You can see his elongated head, a form of kingship handed down to men from the gods. Just wanted to show you that picture. Here go after they kill Anunnaki, after they poisoned him because they didn't want to worship the sun god that was messing with their money and their beliefs. They poisoned him. Isis got out of there. They can't find her tomb. She got out of there because she knew they killed him. But the son was left behind, a royal King Tut. They killed him too. They took him out. Let me see. We'll go another picture. Right here, where it says, "Is the story of Jesus simply borrowed from the Egypt mythology?" If you go do your research, the Virgin Mary and Horus' mother Isis, the story matched to a T. If you do your research. In this one, Horus and Isis happened 36,000 years ago. Virgin Mary happened over 2,000. So that's why you got to do your homework. Let me look at some other stuff. Yeah, I'm not gonna go into that. That's a lot of paperwork. I just wanted to show y'all who your father was. Let me see if I can find some other paperwork that I want to look at. Look, let me show y'all this. Back in 1976, they sent 2 satellites out, and it's been big news in 2000, early 2019, the end of 2018. I'm gonna show y'all some pictures to show that. You see this picture? That's the sun in the middle, and that's how our planets revolve around it. Don't you see the shield around it? That's protecting us. And then it got another shield. That's 2 shields, and then a third shield right here that's protecting us. Our satellites went out there and got froze. Could have blew up. I don't know. NASA ain't gonna tell you the whole story. But yeah, that's 3 shields protecting our solar system so nothing can't come in. All right? That's why you got to do your homework. Let me show you another picture. Okay? That's our sun. That's a shield around our solar system. Then it's another shield, and then it's another shield where nothing can come in and go out. Our satellites went out of the second shield and it froze. Can't move. Where nothing can come in or go out. I don't know if this is a prison for us or if it's protecting us from something. I don't know. I'm going to have to do more research. This been in the news. Y'all probably ain't been paying attention. But then, some did bust through. They didn't know it was coming. They call it a Oumuamua. This is a ship. It may look like a stone to you, but that's a ship. That's an alien ship. Oumuamua means scout. So, you got to do your research. Here go another picture of Oumuamua. That's a ship scouting. They said it came so fast. Look how it came so fast. It came from down this way by our sun, close to our Earth, and then shot out our solar system. I mean, what can you say about that? That's strange. I already did a segment when I showed you a picture of the gods. Let me show you a few pictures, just in case, if you brush up. Now, I'm going to show you a few pictures. This is a picture of all them suns. Something made them suns. Look at all that. That's like about 10 million suns in that one little cluster. 10 million of them. Okay? Look at these suns looking like angels. Look at that. Now I'm going to show you pictures of the gods. The ones who made the sun. The sun that you see every day when you go out on a sunny day. Look at a picture of the gods. All they do is make suns and spit them out. That's all they do. Make suns and spit them out. Here go another. That's a Nebulin. Let me go back to it. This is a Nebulin. The creation of life. Now that's the original God right there. The picture of the gods. Here go another Nebulin. A picture of the gods. Okay? You're like, well, why would you say that? Revelation, that's God. Because they create the suns that take care of us. They create them. In your brain cell, they found stardust. In brain cell, what is that doing in there? It's not just in us. It's in just about every living thing. Stardust. So when they're talking about Adam and Eve, they ain't never talking about us. Adam is the son. Eve is mother Earth. When that thing comes shooting out of this nebulin move. That sun, it comes out 360,000 miles per hour, and then when it slows down, it starts shooting stuff out its side like the rib, and start creating the moons and planets. So that's why you got to do your homework. That's why you got to do your homework. Here go another nebulin. I probably got it upside down. Yeah, look at them look at them nebulins all around here making these suns. That's all it do. Create life. That's all it do. Create life. Let me show you this Eagle Nebula that's in our solar system. It looked like a Christmas tree. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that Eagle Nebula making all them stars. That's a picture of the gods. Okay? That's a picture of the gods. Now, let me show some more. In Psalms 82, in the Old Testament, when the guy's talking about let's create life, they wanted to create life. It's in your Bible. It's in the Holy Quran. Yeah, it's in most of the religions called by different names. That's why you got to do your homework. Picture of the gods. Oh, a pretty one. I like this one. That's a nebula, creating life. Picture of the gods. The Hubble telescope took pictures of that. You know. This is why you got to do your homework. I wasn't going to try to go over everything, but I'm going to try to go over most of it. I know I probably lost some of y'all already because they're like, what the hell are you talking about? Because, I'm not talking too fast. You're listening too slow. Rewind it so you can understand what I'm talking about. Here go a picture of the moon. It was old ancient tribes talking about when they saw the moon get pulled close to Earth. The Earth is not big enough to trap that moon, but it's going around. Without that moon, the Earth axle will be wobbly. The planet will be wobbly, and it'll be hard to live. So the Anunnaki pulled this moon in to stabilize the Earth so we can have our 4 seasons. Because life was hard without the moon. This is really an ark, a spaceship, everything. Because in 1969, when Kennedy had this, when they landed on the moon, it rang like a bell. Then they dropped something off in 1970, it rang like a bell. It's titanium under this moon. It's like a machine. This is what helped control the climate on Earth and everything. This helped control the waves in the water, the moon. We need the moon too to live. It's been in the news. The North Pole, the compass thing, been going towards Russia. It's not going to the North Pole no more. We're about to see something we ain't never seen before. Because this ain't never been recorded before, or we forgot about it, or been erased from history. A lot of things been erased from history, so we don't know. But that's why Revelation trying to wake you up, wake that brain up. Look at this. This is like about a million light years away from us. This is what Hubble telescope picked up that NASA want to keep a hush on. This is another alien civilization. They're able to use the sun energy to make a shield to protect their solar system. So they must have been attacked before. That's why they got a shield make up to protect them so they won't be attacked. Now, this is a form of life that NASA picked up from the Hubble telescope that they ain't telling nobody about. You got to do your homework. It is life out there. They don't want you to know about it because they feel you can't handle the truth. Let me try to, I'm about to be wrapping this up because I know that's a lot of knowledge for y'all. But, you got to do your homework. But this is, I want to tell y'all about y'all know about Noah's Ark, okay? They have different stories about the ark all throughout history. It was more than one ark. All right, and you couldn't have no animals marching up. You couldn't have no animals marching up peaceful like that. They'd be fighting and eating each other and all that. So they had to take their DNA. They couldn't march them up like that and feed them and all that. But this not Noah's Ark. This is the ark that could destroy armies. I did a little research about that. This ark right here that can destroy armies. And when I was doing my research about it, I didn't know when people marched around when they went to war with this ark from Solomon and it came from Jerusalem. That was like nuclear radiation. That ark was an engine to something, an engine to a ship, and they just took it out and it had radiation. Whoever carried that ark died. They didn't live very long from the radiation poison. That was an engine from a ship that they was walking around using, killing people. Okay? Whoever went near this died. You see that equipment he got on? Whoever went near that ark died because it was radiation poisoning. Okay? They tried to say, like, with the angels flying and the people praying, and then they kept it in this thing right here. That was parts to an engine from a ship. So, you gotta do your homework on that. I'm about to wrap this up. I'm trying to make sure Revelation try to school you on everything, because time is running out. You gotta do your homework so you'll know what's going on. See if I can try to sneak a few more pictures up in here. This might not be a very good picture, but it's an artist drew a picture of an Anunnaki. You see, he had the little tube, that little box, so he can breathe the air. That's an Anunnaki with wings. That's a picture that somebody drew. But, only time can tell with the covering up. Don't you know, NASA and American military closed down the Gaza Strip where the big pyramid is. And they also closed down certain parts of Egypt looking for ships. In Emerald tablets, they talk about these ships Enki left behind for us to fight the great war that's supposed to be coming. Okay? He left them underground in Egypt, in the desert. So that's in the book. I mean, it's a lot of books. It's still so much I don't know. A lot of people don't know. We just trying to talk about forgotten knowledge that the world forgot, or the powers to be don't want you to know about. Okay? So, when I talk about the different ages, I'm talking about the age with the 12 zodiac signs. Where they talking about the 12 wise men. It was never 12 wise men. They were talking about the 12 zodiac signs in the different ages. Okay? With that cross, that's a time. It takes time. I mean, this is like an example of the cross when you're going in a different age. The big hand is on the age you're in. No, it's going around like a clock, the big hand, and then with the earth pointing, we're in that age. So it's talking about the different ages. It takes 2,160 years for a new age. They said we're in the age of the Aquarius right now, or we're going into the age of the Aquarius from Pisces. So that's why people need to do their homework. You need to do your homework. Like when Moses went to the mountain for the 10 Commandments, see if I can find that. And people were worshiping this cow. People were worshiping this cow. And Moses went to the mountain. He threw them 10 Commandments because they was worshiping the cow. They wasn't worshiping the cow as a god. They was worshiping the age of the bull, the Taurus. That's what age they was in, the Taurus. They was worshiping the time because back then they knew the different ages. That was the age they was just living in, the Taurus. So I'm about to just start talking. You got to do your research. Um, our bloodline been living for a long time. You know, the hate, the discrimination been around for millions of years. With that shield that I showed y'all, I know the Anunnaki is still around. They're the Greys. They work, they watching. When they start letting off nuclear bombs, that's when we start having a lot of alien sightings. When they start experimenting with the nuclear bombs. They're trying to make sure we don't destroy ourselves. They're around. We just gotta get it together because it's just a matter of time. Life is too short. We need to work together. You need to know your history before it's too late. If you don't know your history, you don't know nothing. I'm just trying to wake y'all up. Like I told you, you use spells every time. Every time you're telling somebody to do something, you're casting a spell. A law is a spell. The book of spells, when the religion's trying to tell you how to live your life, what to eat, do A, B, and C. It's a form of control. We're supposed to be free will. It's a form of control. So we gotta wake up, people. You're inside of this matrix, chasing this dollar so you can survive. You have the mark of the beast. Without the mark of the beast, you wouldn't be able to go to work. That's the social security number. You have the mark of the beast when you're born. Without the social security number, you can't work. You can't buy nothing. You can't do nothing. You have the mark of the beast. Money is a form of control. Okay? It's a new slavery. Money. With money, they took the chains away and can't go in there and rape your wife and rape your daughters and probably rape you too. You can tell them, I quit, but you will suffer. You won't be able to have no roof over your head for you and your family. You won't be able to eat without stealing and catching the case and get thrown in that dungeon. So you have to work. You're caught in the catch-22. Anywhere you go, you're not going to like it. So, we got to get money. That's controlling out of here. Money, credit, all this stuff belong to us. We shouldn't have to pay for a house. We shouldn't have to pay for this. It already belong to us. I know the Anunnaki looking like, what the hell they got going on? You paying for power. You paying for water when it already belong to you. It's the same ones, or the 1% of the population who controlling everything, who's probably working with certain type of terrestrial aliens who's controlling things. The snake and the eagle had two different civil wars. They had two different civil wars. Now that war hate happened. When the angels were having a war, we got caught in the middle of a civil war. We got caught in the middle. That's why it was a lot of death, pain, and suffering. So you gotta really understand what you're reading. And we're still under an experiment right now in this matrix. We're still being watched by the Anunnaki. They're still controlling things around here. They influence and they're controlling your fate. Aging is a disease that can be cured where you can live longer. All these different things that we have going on can be cured, not with potions, what you call medicine, but with stem cell research. In Anunnaki text, they were living for millions of years. We had, we're their ancestors. We can live for millions of years if we want to by cloning, by taking all your brain fluid and cells and transferring it to your clone. You can live for a long time. With the hurricanes, we can stop that. It's ways to stop the hurricanes. It's ways to predict the earthquakes. It's ways to stop the tornadoes. It's ways to make uh, infinity of energy. It's just so many ways where we can live a better life, where we need to be building so we can reach for the stars and explore and understand our origins. The problem is we don't know our origins. Like I said, if you don't know your history, you don't know nothing. So, I'm about to end this. This is Revelation talking, and I hope I put out a lot of knowledge and open your mind. Um, when you need to do your research who you worshiping, because you could be worshiping the same entity that was trying to destroy you in the beginning, and who don't have no love for you. Okay. You need to do your homework, your own homework. Don't go off of somebody else's word. I could be wrong, but I'm looking at it from a science point of view. I'm not a religious person, okay? But with my research and studying, I'm gonna give a person the respect, Inky, who's the father who modified us, where we're supposed to be the king of the planet, okay? We're at the top of the food chain. Now, we got caught up in a drama, the angels' drama, who I call the Anunnaki. They still around and watching, trying to see if we're gonna destroy ourselves or see if we can do things better. They destroyed Mars. They're trying to see how long it's gonna take us to destroy Earth. And with all the hatred, discrimination, you got to worry about your son going out at night and worrying about him getting killed by the police because they got hatred in their heart. They want to shoot a black man and put a gun on him or saying he looked like he was going for a weapon. I mean, you just got to be careful. Black woman, powerful. He was touched by the Anunnaki. He was touched by the angels. Then you created all this civilization. They said life started in Africa, and the black woman is the mother of civilization. They weren't lying. She was the mother of civilization, but she also got modified. She just was the first one to get touched. That's what created all these different races. Okay? Now we on the different parts of this planet and we hate each other. We gotta work together, get ready to reach for the stars. This is temporary nest we supposed to be in. We supposed to be out there in the stars, not on this planet living and dying. We're supposed to be living for thousands of years, not just waiting to die, aging and getting old. It's more to life. It's more to life. Okay? We got to remodify everything. We got to start looking at things from a different point of view. Because of the fate of our species, we'll be gone in a heartbeat if we make all the wrong decisions. So, it's Sunday, December 29th, 2019. This Revelation signing off. Good night, everybody.